told you it wasn't gonna be that long. It's great to be back. It really is great to be back at YouTube. All right, so as you can see, I kind of fixed a lot of the mess that was kind of happening. Canon FD 58mm f1.2. Let's talk about it. Isn't that a nice looking lens, guys? Made in 1964, it's a 58mm thread, 8 aperture blades. It's the Speedmaster, it's the Speed Demon, guys, okay? Right now on April 13th, 2022, you can get it for around $120 to $160 on eBay. I got mine for around 35 bucks at a flea market in Daytona Beach, Florida. I lucked out. This guy had an entire box of like just film cameras and all this kind of cool stuff. And I also lucked out because I got the 35mm f2.5 and the 50mm f1.4. We're going to be talking about this guy today, the Canon FD 58mm f1.2. It's a great lens. It's really cool. It's fun to shoot with. It's a bokeh king. I'm going to go ahead and preface all this with it's not that sharp at f1.2. However, there's a big but, and that's going to come later. I want to talk about why vintage lenses are still relevant in today's day and age. Vintage lenses are awesome, okay? Because they're cheap for one, but they're made well. They have this nice weird patina look going for them. You guys liking this green light? I'm just not sure I'm feeling it. Should I change this to something else? In the last video, I felt like I rambled on a little too long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Like I said already at the beginning, the 58mm f1.2 is not that sharp at f1.2. It typically clears up. Let's go ahead and pull up the images, guys. So right here, you can see right off the bat at f1.2, you got a lot of chromatic aberration happening. If you don't know what chromatic aberration is, don't worry. Basically, that is a purple or magenta outline that is outlining your subject. My ISO is set to 100 and I just adjusted my shutter speed all the way down because I didn't want extra noise coming in on the image. As you can see, the image is only in black and white. But if you look very closely, pixel peeping, and if YouTube didn't compress this video too much, you will see some purple outlines around these black lines on the focus chart. Now, this lens goes up to f16, and I gotta say, it really cleans up at f5.6. That's where this lens shines at most. At f1.2, if you're willing to put up with the chromatic aberration, you can get some really cool, unique looks. And even at f2.0, it really starts to sharpen up. And at f2.8, it's very sharp. It's more than adequate for what you need. At f4, I'd say that the lens is really starting to take shape. And at f5.6, it's super sharp. Now, one cool thing is that the lens is still really sharp at f16 even, which is awesome. Flaring's interesting. You get these weird kind of, I'm gonna even pull it up because I was expecting more. I really was. I have a lens hood on it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off. And as you can see, there is a little UV filter, came with the lens. I took it off for this test, but I didn't really get what I thought I was going to get. As you can see, I'm staying with the light right in front of the lens, and the flaring's not that crazy. It's very spherical, but it's also really soft. A lot of flaring that I've noticed with a lot of these new lenses, it's so sharp. And that kind of annoys me. I always want flaring to take the back row seat of a lot of these lenses, and it's just so in your face. I'll be right back. I gotta get some water. I'm so thirsty right now. All right, let's keep going. Take a G Master lens. Unless you're diffusing it with a Pro Mist filter, the flaring on it can be really, really sharp. The flaring on this, it's pretty soft. I'm digging it. Is that maybe because it's from 1964? Probably. It's giving you a different look and it helps set you apart. Everyone's favorite, bokeh. I'll be honest, I really don't care what bokeh looks like at all. As long as it's blurred, I'm happy. But if you're using an f1.2 lens, you probably want some decent bokeh. By the way, this is a 1985 Memphis guitar, picked up for 125 bucks. Really like it. You can see it starts very spherical in the center and starts to turn more oval as it gets to the edges. Is it really dirty? Yes, I know it's dirty. Am I going to get it cleaned? Of course, eventually, at some point. I don't know when. I honestly can't say that I've used this lens on any professional shoots as of right now. However, once I get it in and shaped up and cleaned, I probably will. Using vintage lenses has its own set of challenges, and there's a lot you have to take into account if you're going to use it on a video shoot. Ultimately, bokeh, if that's what you tuned in for an F1.2, that's what it looks like. It's bokeh. Build quality. I'd be willing to get into a fight with this lens. It's made better than most modern lenses that I've used in today's day and age. If I dropped this on tile, it would probably break the tile. You hear that? That's the sound of 1964 metal. Currently, I have 2 adapters. Adapters are cheap, they're easy to get, you can find them anywhere on Amazon. This is the 51.4, this is the 58mm f1.2. If you see this little lip right here, you see how it slopes up? That's what can ultimately screw you. And if you see this little lip right here, it catches on that lip and you have to jam it in really hard and you ultimately have to bend this. That's why I recommend you get this, the Eartha. I guess that's how you say it, I don't know. This adapter is going to give you exactly what you need. You're still going to have to shove it on a little bit, but it does fit the other FD mounts perfectly. As I'm going to demonstrate with the Sony a5100. It's a great little camera. I wish Sony would bring something like this back. FD, adapter, E-mount. Adapter down in the description below. So, is there any reason why you would want an old lens? Of course there is. Old lenses age just like a fine wine. If you can give yourself a different stylized look, it's gonna help you stand out. Okay guys, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I just wanted to keep this one short and sweet. If you like the lens, awesome. Go look for it on eBay. They're not that expensive as of right now, but you should be able to find old lenses just about anywhere. I filmed my first wedding video on M42 mount lenses that I pulled out of my dad's garage off his old Ricoh camera. I found an adapter on Amazon for 13 bucks. And I had 3 lenses right off the bat when I was broke as all get out. Vintage lenses can be affordable and they can get you in the game much more quickly and give you a really stylistic look. So that's where I'm gonna end today's video, guys. I'm gonna be getting back on the road with American Mile in the next 2 days. We're gonna be all piling into an RV and heading up north in California. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm gonna have a lot of BTS and really cool stuff, docu footage and some sizzle reels of them playing. They're really cool guys and I always enjoy traveling with them. So I'm gonna probably be doing a little bit of vlogging type things. I'll talk to you guys later.